And he just keeps looking and staring at me. And my boyfriend's like, oh my God. Because like I always tell him like that this happens to me at the gym, but he doesn't. We work out, we go to the gym together, but we work out in different areas. So he doesn't really witness it. But he witnessed it walking up the stairs. So he's like, oh my God, I'm going to keep my eye on this guy to see how much he does it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, now I go to Fit for Less is 24 hours. So they have the turnstiles for when it's not employed.
I also go to Planet Fitness because it's 24 hours because sometimes I'm in a mood to go at 12. So that's one place that's open.
Yeah. So do they also have the turnstiles where you do your card to get in? So it's like more secure?
Oh, no. It's actually in downtown. I live in downtown, right? So I don't even take my car to the gym. I just walk. It's like 5 minutes away from my place.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So for this, there's a little area with the turnstiles to get inside. We got to scan your card to get in so they know you're not a random person coming into the gym.
Okay.
But there's a little area where there's a little door here for a handicap entrance. But because it's like a clear door so you can see through.
I even know the location you're mentioning.
Yeah, it's Morningside and Kingston Road.
Yeah. I know that Fit for Less.
Yeah. So we're up there waiting again in the turnstile and we can see him near the handicap area. He's still just
staring at you.
Like full stare, no breaking his gaze. So then I'm looking. So what has started happening to me lately is what you were saying, like how they almost like being making you uncomfortable and how women like tend to look away or be like, eh. But I realized I'm like, well, no, that's giving them what they want. So now I just stare back. Okay. I'm like, I'm not going to be a victim. I'm not going to cower away. You're making me uncomfortable. I'm going to make you uncomfortable. So I just stared right back at him.
Mm-hmm.
He did not break once until he just started walking away. So then I'm on the Stairmaster, which is back here, and he's on the treadmill over here. So he can't see me anymore. But he keeps doing one of these, looking back at me.
Mm-hmm.
Then some other girl comes in her shorts and whatever, and she's sitting at the treadmill putting on her running shoes. And I see him, like I have a perfect view of him. So he's just like this looking at her the entire time, like not breaking gaze at her. So I finally go up to her and I'm saying this loudly so he hears me. And I'm saying, that man right there in the jeans, he has not stopped staring at you since you came in here. He did it to me before. He's doing it to you. Go on a treadmill over here now. And then she was like, oh my God, thank you so much. Like, that's super creepy. And then he heard me say that. And then he stopped looking at me till he went off the treadmill. Then he started walking back and forth in the gym, staring at me again. So I said, is there something that I can help you with? Why do you keep fucking staring at me? Like, you're really creepy. And I'm not okay with it. And at some point, my boyfriend's like 6'2", really muscular. So he wouldn't hurt anyone, but people don't know that.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'm going to bring my boyfriend over here and you're not going to have eyes soon. And then I made him uncomfortable and he walked out.
So yeah, it's sad that be it people from just different countries coming in here, or in general in everywhere in the world that you see, there are men actually who do this and they're comfortable and they don't see any issue in this. Whereas, there are a lot of people who could not even understand it, just like me. I really don't understand why they do it. I'm not saying I'm the best out there. Probably I don't know what it's like to not get a woman, but I've been single for a lot of years of my life.
Yeah.
No matter how mentally you want to be with someone, and you just crave for that partner, or you just want to have a girlfriend, but nowhere in my life, no matter how much I wanted to be with someone, came a point that I would be like, you know what, I'll just rather just do this. I'd seek pleasure in it, because there's no pleasure in that.
No,
there's literally no pleasure.
It's just predatory.
Yeah, it's I don't even know that term if back then, but I would just call it like, it's just not appealing to me, and I would rather stay single than have, because there's an image of myself that I carry.
Yeah.
I don't care what you think about it, but there's an image. Everyone has that. Everyone has an image of themselves in their brain.
Yeah.
So for me, that image could be, again, I'm not saying I am or I want to be, but I could be a druggie.
Yeah.
Okay. I could be someone who's verbally abusive. I'm very verbally abusive with in general.
Yeah.
Like I right now, I have not probably abused and used that word yet. But generally, when I talk to my friends, it's more like, oh, yeah, fuck you, this.
Yeah.
So I usually have those swearing words whenever I talk. It comes out in my anger. It comes out even when I'm happy. It's just generally there. I'm still okay with that. People calling me you're verbally abusive. I'm still okay with that notion. I'm okay with you calling me probably not smart. but I will never be okay someone telling me that I'm a predator, or
Yeah.
I'm here to exploit women. I will never be okay.
Yeah.
So that's something that I pride one thing about myself, and I could never live my life like that and have someone to call me that, let alone be in that experience to
Yeah.
know that these people are looking at me. What the fuck am I doing?
Well, most
You know?
normal people wouldn't ever be in that scenario because most people's minds don't work that way. But the thing is with these people, and the gym is honestly the worst for it because, well, at least the gym that I go to, because there is this huge population where people don't really understand the culture here, not even just here, but North America. Women are not, you know,
Yeah,
objects to look at like that.
that's a good point.
And I think that's the issue is that as immigration has increased here, I've noticed the change like as a woman growing up, I never had that.
Yeah.
And then even like when I was in college is kind of when it really started, when immigration started really picking up.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when I started feeling uncomfortable. And it was a really weird thing because I had never felt that way before.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, I have friends of so many different races. I've worked with so many different races and I've never felt uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone is the same. We're all North Americans. We all have that same like mindset.
Yeah.
What's okay? What's not okay?
Correct. Yeah.
But
As a human being, you just probably have some things that you're okay with, which is why I think when we spoke over the phone, we also connected on this point on immigration, which I would like to speak in a bit, but I'd just like to wrap the segment before this. Um, it's not only that what you wear is a problem, it's actually the mindset. I actually now agree to it
yeah,
because in my country, in Pakistan, sure, women now probably dress more openly, and by openly I mean, they can probably wear short sleeves, they're wearing
yeah,
shorts, they're probably somewhat trying to or just wearing clothes which are more revealing,
yeah,
which is okay. It's their preference, their choice. You can choose to be with them, choose not to be
yeah,
with them. You have your own theory because that country is Islamic, right? So it's
yeah,
more like religion.
yes,
Is something that they have it in their constitution as well.
yeah,
So sure, it's up to you. Whatever you want to do, you want to judge them in your own mind that she
hmm,
probably could be a slut or a whore, sure. But I don't think that still gives you the right to just touch them and molest them just because she's
exactly.
wearing revealing clothes,
Yeah.
right? And then my point is, when women were not wearing revealing clothes, I saw men touch them
They were
still.
still getting, yeah, I know. And
So
that's the thing.
what's the problem here? This is the problem.
Well, I'll bring it
It's,
back to even my rape case. When I was in court, they were trying me, a child, they were trying to ask me what I was wearing.
see,
I'm like, what do you mean?
yeah,
What was I wearing? I'm a child. No one asked to get raped by their father. Like, why is this even a question? And I was like, I was wearing flannel, like fluffy flannel pajamas with penguins on it, like pretty kiddish. Like, I wasn't asking for it, if that's what you're trying to insinuate.
yo, when we were growing up, like we would literally, boxers are a trend nowadays.
Yeah.
We would wear those underwears as a child, like me, my
Yeah.
sister. I've seen us just wear those underwears and roam around the house.
Yeah.
Right. And it's unfortunate also nowadays, which is a good thing. I should not say it's unfortunate in that aspect, but it's unfortunate we have come to a point where parents, it's good that they do this. They tell their children, make sure no one touches you. Because when
Yeah.
I was growing up, our uncles, our aunts, my father's friends would just pick us up,
Yeah.
and my parents would never object.
Yeah.
Because that mindset was not there, that he could actually molest us.
Yeah.
And we're really blessed, touch wood, that maybe we just had really good relatives. My father really made good friends who were not of that mindset,
Yeah.
who would just take advantage. My father, I remember, his friend called him late at night that I could not sleep. My wife is away, and I'm scared. I'm usually not used to it. He was a bit older. And my father's like, yeah, sure. What do you want me to do? He's like, can you ask your son to come over? Can you drop him? Not even once my father questioned that he might
Yeah.
probably sexually abuse my child. And not even once it crossed
Yeah.
my head that this person could actually do that to me. And we would just go stay there for 3 nights, 4 nights, and they would take us out, treat us food, drinks, whatever we wanted, and we would come back home happy
Yeah.
like a child. So none of that happened to me, which is why when I hear these stories from people who are my age, you're younger to me, but we're more like the same generation. We come
Yeah.
from the
Yeah.
same generation, and I've never experienced that shit. Neither I believe any of my relatives did or my cousins did, and it's so shocking that nowadays you have to actually draw the line.
Hmm.
That even now I am cautious
Yeah.
whenever I see a child. I actually think twice before complimenting the kid,
Yeah.
even if she's like an 8, 9-year old, or even if I want to pick her up or something or play with her.